The Secret to Building Wealth. Lessons from Peter Lynch. Have you ever thought about why we spent years in school learning things like geometry, chemical formulas, or the dates of ancient wars, but nobody ever sat us down to explain how money actually works? It's crazy, right? We are literally trained to work hard for a paycheck, but we are never taught how to make that paycheck work for us. This is exactly what legendary investor Peter Lynch talks about in his book, Learn to Earn. He says we live in a world surrounded by businesses, yet most of us stay on the sidelines because we think investing is too complicated or just for the rich. Here's the first thing you need to realize. Investing isn't a game or a casino. When you buy a share of a stock, you aren't just buying a ticker symbol or a moving number on a screen. You are becoming a part owner of a real business. Think about that for a second. If you buy a share of Apple or Nike, you own a tiny piece of their factories, their technology, and their brand. When people all over the world buy iPhones or sneakers, a small part of that profit belongs to you. Once you shift your mindset from being just a consumer who spends money to an owner who earns from it, your whole financial life changes. Now, you might wonder, how do I know which company to pick? This is where Peter Lynch gives us his most famous piece of advice. Invest in what you know. You don't need a fancy degree from Harvard to find great stocks. In fact, an average person often has a huge advantage over the experts on Wall Street. Why? Because you are out in the real world every day. Look around you. Which new store in your local market is always crowded? Which app are all your friends suddenly using? Which product is so good that your family buys it over and over again? Lynch says the best investment opportunities are often right under our noses. If you love a product and you see everyone else loves it too, that's your signal to research that company. His golden rule is simple. If you can't explain what a company does and why you own it to a 10-year-old in under 2 minutes, you shouldn't be putting your money there. But there is a catch. Investing isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. The real magic happens because of something called compounding. This is why the best time to start is right now, regardless of your age. Even a small amount of money, if left alone for a long time, can grow into a massive fortune. Time is the greatest friend of an investor. The stock market is designed to grow over the long term because businesses grow and become more efficient over time. Of course, the road won't always be smooth. The market will go down, there will be crashes, and you will see red on your screen. This is where most people fail because they get scared and sell everything. Peter Lynch famously said that in the stock market, the most important organ is the stomach, not the brain. You need the guts to stay calm when everyone else is panicking. You have to realize that when the market drops, great companies are basically going on sale. So, if there is one thing you take away from this, let it be this. Don't just work for money, learn how to make money work for you. Start looking at the world through the eyes of an investor. Pay attention to the businesses around you, start small, be patient, and let time do the heavy lifting. Financial freedom isn't about luck, it's about having the right knowledge and the discipline to use it.